All right, good morning, man. Today we're gonna be talking about Africa. All right, so the reason why I set this in another video when I talk about this topic about Africa, about Africa. Or when I say I'm not African, that's just like when I say I got valid reasons to say that. I mean, I don't know if I'm African or if I'm like Egyptian or where Black people really come from. Uh, if you notice, when I was a little kid growing up in the 1900s or even in the 90s, or just in before the 2000 era, I was always seen and always taught that, and not in a racist way, but Africans was dark-skinned people. And I mean, I understand why people can say that there are light-skinned people, but then I don't, because that's just like both of my parents are mainly Black, but they are mixed with other things. I'm not saying mixed with other things; they're mixed with maybe things like Native American, and maybe they might don't say it, but I know they're mixed with white just from talking to my grandparents. But just like I said, I know they're mixed with white because they went through slavery, and even for Indians, it was Indian tribes that they killed off all of the men, locked up all of the men, and went home and took over the man house. Even if they did have kids, they might even killed the young men that was there. And they got the Indian women pregnant. And the Indians might even got pure back, but they still had some kind of white blood quantum in it. And it's so crazy because even when you're on a reservation, I know there's genealogist places that do show you that you got white ancestry in your family. But just like I'm trying to tell you, you don't see no light skinned people in Africa, or I never seen no light skinned people in Africa. Or light skinned people wasn't presented in Africa. But just like I said, from America, I've been from learning about Central Americans or just are people near the United States or like Alaska, Canada, that is Black. It's Indians that's blacker than me and blacker than Black people. And those is the people that consider themselves Redskins. And it's so crazy because you can look at Geronimo City Boy, Red Sergeant Chief Nez, and you can see they get darker than red people. They just got black and white pictures of them. And they don't want you to know that. And it's Indians that's darker than them. And they look like they can get darker than that too, but and a lot of people don't know this either. When you learn about them, they were actually incarcerated most of their life because they were being kidnapped and being taken advantage of by the white people and being trying to be in control. And they all died from those situations, all four of those people. And they're like the most popular Native American, or either Native American or Indians. But when you learn about them, it sounds like they prefer to be Indians or red skin or prefer to be red men. And they try to change that too, because a lot of people not even, can't even, I mean, don't even change the same color as them, or they don't yet, and they feel like they're full blooded, but full blooded people actually got redder and darker. Yeah, but just like I said, when it comes to Africa, there ain't even no light skinned people in Africa, and even when it's not no light skinned people in Africa, I want to know because I see people that's both full blooded Black and they both full blooded Black. Or both of their grandparents is full blooded Black, and or they got two grandparents that's full blooded Black from the mom and dad side, and they kids keep on coming out light skinned and much lighter. And I'm not saying like that, even though it is a truthful thing. Everybody's beautiful in their own way and born beautiful. A lot of people don't want people to recognize that, but what I'm saying is, all the kids come out looking more beautiful than them. Like we still going into our form, whatever nationality we is, and that's how you come out with somebody the same like the color as me, or in that area. So even when it comes to that, it's people that try to, but just like I was saying, when it comes to that, it's people that try to, they try to basically change the subject or flip the script or change the subject and say, oh, that just some kind of DNA feature that we got, but just like I said, it's not no DNA feature. because in Africa it never was presented as a DNA feature. So just like I said, that's not a knowledgeable thing or the correct thing to say. Because African people never presented themselves as being light-skinned people, or presented light-skinned people, or even just showed off a light-skinned person. So just like I said, I know that DNA comes from somewhere else. And even, and I said this before too, Africans never stood up and said, "Oh, it's been Africans from this area being put in slavery." And just like I said, so I don't feel like we from Africa. We might be the Egyptians, because that's just a race of people too that just vanished off the earth. And when you look at them, they look like they're black, but they look like they're some kind of other black person or something. And just like I said, light skin DNA look like it come from somewhere else, and I don't think it's here just because of white people, or because yeah, just like I was saying, man, it's not a knowledgeable thing to say. But at the end of the day, too, I know everybody is all human. We all are really the same thing. We just maybe God scattered us out, or whoever created us scattered us out, so we all don't be related, and we all can still have our differences. And even if it was a mixed child being born in the world, and so God can still let you, so our Creator can let us know, and that's one of the best things too. One of the most beautiful things that we can recognize, that God recognizes us. Because I was taught something like that too in religion, from a tribe called the Hopi tribes. For example, they whenever they pray or whenever they dealing with God, but they're vegetarians though. Their tribe not supposed to eat no meat, so they supposed to be peaceful people. They're not supposed to fight unless they're in a bad situation. Because they've been in a lot of situations with the Spaniards, then the whites, in the same on the same terms. Then they say, but I don't think it's true. But other Native American tribes too, but I know it's not true. And I just remember too when I said they were a vegetarian tribe, and when people tell you about Aztecs and stuff like that, and we found out the 2012 stuff and all the stuff they try to say about Indian people isn't true or Native American people isn't true until you ask them, until you ask ask what you want to know, you get it from the source, and actually from those people that speak the background. So what I'm saying is, they actually had corn. They had corn, and it just so messed up because where they mess up is when they tell us that uh, Indian people show people how to grow corn, how to grow gardens and corn and stuff like that during during for Thanksgiving, and that just shows you that they were working with plants right there too. So that Aztec stuff isn't real. So they just basically just told you that right there. So just like I'm saying too, just like I'm saying, yeah, the African stuff and just the DNA stuff, a lot of it's not accurate. And just like I said, it's white people that stand up too every day and say, "Oh, we don't know where we got the slaves from in America," and it's not even recognized. They got black people up in Mexico and Central America that was in slavery, and probably all over too. But just like I said, yeah, that's why I be careful when people say I'm African. I'd rather just identify myself as a black. That's how it is, and that's what people say. They really say they're black in the United States and all over the world that's connected to us. They say they're black. Let me say this too. Even when I'm saying all this stuff, this go for everybody. This even go for white people. Because white people probably got black in them too. They got Indian in them too. They got everything in them too. So yeah, just like I said, this stuff go for everybody, for anybody. So yeah, just yeah, but just like I said, it's for everybody.